Hi everyone, it's Yoshi Drone. You might be wondering, why is this guy talking directly to me? Where's the low effort Nintendo memes? Well then, if you must know, then let's cut to the chase. I want to do a lot more of my writing, and I want to practice my writing skills. And I also recently have been quite obsessed with ranking games recently, so I decided to combine those two passions into one big new project. Every month, I'm going to be putting out one of these long form videos discussing new releases I've played the previous month. And after a few days of research on the Pun Labs, I've decided to call this series Cycle List, because bicycle and cycle like a month, and the list ranking games like a bicycle. Anyway, I don't even ride a bicycle. Why did I decide? Anyway, these videos will be split into 3 parts each. Part 1 will be discussing the new games I played that month and ranking them. Part 2 will be adding them to a big super list of all the games I've played every month this year. And part 3 will be updating info on any games that might have gotten new updates or DLC since I previously talked about them, and adding and then updating their placement on the super list. By the way, keep in mind, I can't play every new release this year. It's just, for a variety of reasons, it's just not possible. Maybe I'm not interested. Or maybe my wallet's not interested if you catch my check! Anyway, I wasted enough time. Let's get started with the first game of January! So first up on the bracket, we're going to talk about Power World. And you might look at Power World and the trailers and all that, and you look at it, and your first thought is, what the heck? This is ridiculous! This is the first draft of the joke, basically! Pokemon, but with the gun? It's ridiculous! It's immature! Playground levels of immature! Just talking on the blah, blah, blah. So you think that's all Power World would be based on this marketing scheme, this tactic, this shock value face first impression. But no, this game is actually really fun. And a lot of mechanics connect together to make a really interesting experience. In fact, I'm going to prove to you right now that the game's more than the shock value. And soon you'll stop saying, "Oh, this is weird," and start saying, "Yeah, this is fun!" So first of all, it's a survival game, not a shooter game. For many people that was kind of like, well, duh, but I don't know, I didn't pick up on that until I started playing, which was an interesting thing to discover. See, your character wakes up on this mysterious island filled with these dangerous, silly creatures called pals. And you've got the power to take on these beasts and tame them so you can survive and thrive. So you got the classic survival gameplay loop of building the base, exploring the world, gathering supplies, crafting tools, getting stronger, and then doing all of that all over again. But now with a monster training twist. For the game known as the Pokemon with Guns game, it takes a while to get a gun. I mean, you can get like a bow or like a crossbow early on, or a musket. The first gun you unlock through crafting is the musket. And I got so excited that I realized, oh, this is a Revolutionary War musket. Well, it does a lot of damage. It takes forever to reload this thing. Like, my goodness gracious. But luckily, I did get the handgun in this footage. Just a little handmade handgun. And you'll see some gunplay in this footage. That's cool. But there's also other tools, you know. It's not all about bang bang. It's also about glide glide, zoom, soar across the sky, grappling hook, swoosh. You know, all the hundreds of critters that are at your command. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. It's a happy silly game. What are you talking about? No. I'm not forcing them to do things against their will. Want to see my team? Yeah, you do. This is a good character building moment because, you know, everyone in this code game has a very unique team. So as we got here, we got little Gooling, who's my silly little friend. He's also I made him. In my mind, he's the mascot of my organization. I love him very much. He helped me fight the first major boss I love him very much. We got Captain Dude, who's this big penguin pirate. He's got cool ice powers that he can use to freeze enemies and make them easier for capture or for attacking. So that's cool. We got Chloe Catley here, nice schemy little furball here. She's good at long range magic and even some close range magic, and she's one of my favorites to take on a journey with me at any time. We got Lord Fluffbutt, my giant alpaca king, and you might be thinking the king of alpacas, and he's like that big? That's ridiculous. And yes, that is ridiculous. But also, you can ride him. And you know what that means? Kaiju battle! Look at this, look at this, look at this. This is awesome. Look at this, look at this! This is awesome, look at this! And finally, the last one we're waiting, we got Jake. Jake from Syndicate. And he's just a human man. Now you might be thinking, when did I catch a human man? How did I catch a human man? Why did I catch a human man? It's a funny story. My finger slipped and I caught him. Let's move on! So exploring the world. It's more to get materials, wood and stone, building structures, tools, essentials. But of course you gotta be looking for pals to catch, and you got these pal orbs to catch them, just throw them to catch. It's that simple. Well, not that simple. Stronger pals need to be roughed up a bit before you can catch them. And you gotta catch a bunch, because not only can they help you in combat, not only can they help defend the base, and not only can they work various jobs at the base, not only do they have various skills that can help you explore or find things, or like get more materials and other things, but they can also get you a lot of XP for catching them. See, you get a bonus for every pal you catch rather than defeat. You get a bonus for every 10 pals of a species. So it's better to catch them rather than to kill them, so to speak. It gives you more rewards going forward, and that's just great. You can upgrade your tools to get better, cool bunch of different weapons and stuff. You can even get upgrades for your pals that help give them even more utility, like say riding, or they can help find different kinds of materials, or help with combat, or give the squirrel a gun. Why not? Just give the squirrel a gun. Shoot the penguin like a rocket launcher missile. Sure, cool. It's cartoon, I guess. No harm there, right? Now they can use the shield as to block bullets. Oh wait, you can. Let's move on again. Back on track. So I really like where every action in this is seamless in the world. I try not to make comparisons in the series to other games that I'm not talking about, even if it's like a direct inspiration or like what the game's like parodying or whatever. But I like how this game's got like more like everything's done in the world. Like you throw the ball in the world, you catch, you like battle, real time the world. It's not like menus and stuff. And while Pokemon games do rock that menu style of combat, that turn-based RPG stuff. And it's good. It's a good style, but I kind of prefer the freedom of this sort of thing. That's why I love Legends Arceus so much in terms of catching, and this game kind of gives me more of that, which is cool. Good sense of freedom with how gameplay works in this. Dodge rolls are awesome. Combat is awesome. Guns, pretty cool. But what's even cooler? Finding cool stuff in the world, like these really tough bosses against these really super strong pals that are unique to that area of the world. And not only do you get technology points for beating them, like ancient technology points, which give you even cooler stuff to craft. But if you you also get a lot of XP because you know a boss. But you also get if you catch them, they're an amazing asset to the team. Lord Fluffbutt and Captain Dude are my personal boss party members that I have. So that's cool. There's base management. We got to briefly talk about that. You got to build various structures to help with things like crafting or cooking and all that, and assign pals to them so that they can help you multitask while you're out and about. Different pals do different things efficiently, like water-powered pals can tend the farms, grow the crops. Fire-breathing pals can help cook food or smelt your materials. Cool, cool. Pals good with their hands, are good for crafting, good for mining, good for cutting down trees, you know, usual good stuff. You know, of course, you can also contribute. You can also do all these things yourself. But isn't it just better to just rake in the results of all that hard labor? Wait, that also sounds bad. That also sounds bad. Ah! I gotta change the subject again! Hey, your base can get invaded sometimes by rival factions, and, you and your pals gotta defend that base. And once you get some good, strong pals and gear, you can take the fight to them. There's other bases in the world, led by these factions, and it's like, oh my goodness, like, check this out. Check this out, check out this scene here. I'm fighting all these guys. And then this guy shows up, and I'm like, alright, time to catch, and I'm like, also, I got this guy! Big Jake from Syndicate! Yes! Go Jake, go! Get him, Big Jake! Yeah! Yeah, Big Jake! Yeah! Yeah, Big Jake! Yeah! Oh, you're not shooting your big gun. Why is your... Wait, let's check. Your only skill is punch! What do I put up with you? I need better friends. Better human friends. Which, speaking of that, if you're feeling lonely, you can play cooperatively with your friends on one world. By default, you can have up to 4 in a world. If you can make a dedicated server, that's 32 players, baby. I gotta try that someday. Imagine the mayhem. Fortunately, I couldn't do it in time for this video, but I know a couple of my friends play Pal World, so maybe I'll do a little update in the next video about how the co-op is fun, or maybe not fun, I don't know. Maybe it's just bad! Who knows? But I'm hoping it's fun. It basically covers the basics of Pal World. I'll be honest, could have gone a little deeper into the dark stuff. But look, it's Pokemon with guns. You know what you're getting into it. This isn't about friendship. This isn't about sunshine and rainbows. You know what you're getting into when you play this game. You know what you're doing. Yeah, but I digress. Wrap it up. Pal World is really fun. A little bit odd experience. It's got a bit more edge to it than the average creature capturing game, but for fans like me, who are a bit older in age, and by that I mean like in my 20s, this might just be what you need to get into this sort of creature capturing game again. It's a little spark, a little gun, a little edge, a little spice. So yeah, Power World's going at the top of the list. It's the only game currently on the list, so it kind of goes on the top by default. But hey, that might change in a few minutes. We got other games to talk about. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, next up today we're going to talk about Tekken 8, my first foray into the Tekken series. But don't worry, I'm not some fighting game noob, at least not entirely. I got super into fighting games last year with Street Fighter 6. And my skills have improved pretty well, I must say, for the most part. I'm still not perfect or amazing or anything, but I know what I'm doing now. And that's what's important, I think. Hopefully this Outsiders look will be a refreshing take for all the regulars out there. Yeah, so yeah, Tekken 8, fighting game. 2 players competing against each other, beating the shit out of each other until someone wins. And honestly, there's nothing cooler than that in the game. It's two players competing against each other. Honestly, adapting to each other, learning from each other, proving your own skills. It's amazing. Fighting games are all about that stuff. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the slugfest, we gotta talk about the nitty-gritty of the story mode! Yeah, Tekken's got a real long-running story. This is the 8th game of the series, and they have been telling this plot for a while. Luckily, if you're not caught up on the story like me, there's a recap to help you get caught up a bit, which is very, very nice. Make a long story short about the general premise of Tekken's story is there's certain crime family that has very dysfunctional history and control over who runs the business, and sometimes even the world has been changing bloody hand after bloody hand for 7 games straight. Demon Blood World War III, battle tournaments, any of that make sense? I don't know. It's a whole mess, but it's a very entertaining one. There's all sorts of interesting characters and hype moments. And I'm glad this game included that recap, because now all these cool moments are cool to me too, because I know the story and I know all these big reveals and stuff. It's awesome! Yeah! But now we gotta get into the nitty-gritty of the battling, like I said. So first of all, in these fighting games, you gotta pick a main. Basically your character that you're sticking to, that you'll learn the game with and improve with. Trust me, trying to play different characters in a fighting game feels very different. Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff represented here. Lots of interesting stuff, from punching, grappling. There's a guy with a sword, a really weird looking guy with a sword. And there's 32 characters in this roster with all sorts of different weird quirks and battle styles. There's a bear! There's a bear in this game! That's crazy, that's funny! He's the best boy! His name's Kuma. Ah! My personal favorite characters myself is, I really like King. King is amazing. He's a Mexican wrestler in an animal mask, a good leopard mask, and he does grapples and power weapons and stuff. And I like his cape, and I like his style, and I like his attitude, and I like that he talks when he growls. And but my personal main of the game is Alyssa Boskanovich, who's this silly Russian robot girl who also speaks Japanese for some reason, not Russian. She's got chainsaw arms, and her head can explode. Yeah! Silly. I love her. That's silly. But yeah, speaking of charm, it's charming. Lots of great charm. Another one of this game's great charms, for those that don't know, every character speaks in their native languages for the most part. And everyone understands each other. Like, there's no language barrier, which, like, doesn't make sense, but I'm glad it doesn't make sense, because this just adds to what this world is. Even the bear. People can hear the bear roar, and they're like, yeah, you said it, Kuma, my friend. Yeah. This is what this kind of world is. It's great. Anyway, but back to the fighting, though. Fighting flows good. Good fast pace. A battle in this game lasts up to 6 rounds, and it still flows so fast. Like, it doesn't feel like it takes forever at all. In terms of like the gameplay, each button is like a different limit of characters. So like one button's like one arm, one button's the other punch, two kick buttons, and you press different directions while pressing those buttons to do different moves with those moves. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But if even that's not if that's too complicated for you, you can turn on simple mode and just mash and do all the crazy moves. You know, that's good for beginners. That's handy, I suppose. And you can even do it switch that on mid-battle if you really want to. Playing online is the best way to sharpen up your skills. It's good. You never know who you're gonna fight. Each player has their own style. Combining that with their choice of character. Lots of interesting methods. Lots of interesting battles. Look at this battle! This battle lasted... Normally, you have to do like three battles. Like, best 2 of 3. And then, you're done. But this guy I battled, who looks really cool. Our battle lasted up to 4 matches. Because on the 3rd battle, which we were tied up to that point, we knocked each other out at the same time. On the last round of the battle, get into a 4th battle. Ah, this is cool! Yeah, and by the way, speaking of cool, this is my personal little favorite thing. You can customize your outfits! You can customize your character's outfits, and it's so cool going online and seeing everyone's outfits, seeing how everyone dressed up their characters. And here's my character, here's Alyssa, she looks so cool in that red and yellow. And that guy's cool, and that person's cool, she's really cool, and that guy's just Goku! That's Goku! He beat me up! I'm not okay, go back to fighters, why are you here? Why is Goku here? Anyway, you know, just back on target. the customization really adds to the community of the game, I feel. I know it's a weird thing to focus on, but I love that. I love that so much. You can just like dress up your characters. Everyone's got like their unique style on their unique character they picked with their unique gameplay, unique fighting. It's just cool. This game is cool. It's cool self-expression of a fighting game. I don't know. Take that. Beat up this guy. Beat up that guy. Lose to that guy. Beat up that guy. Ah, blah, blah, blah. Community. Overall, Tekken 8 has an amazing setting, lots of fun characters, action-packed gameplay, and I keep coming back for more, honestly. I keep going. Every loss, you're learning. Every win, you're getting stronger. Every battle, another story in your journey is self-improvement. And isn't that what life's really all about? So yeah, I'm putting Tekken 8 under Pal World for now, and you might be thinking why. And that's because I'm more of a single-player kind of player. And I love Tekken 8 very much, but I think Pal World still has a lot to show me. And so does Tekken 8, of course. Yeah, you know, just personal preference and all. I love both these games very dearly. Don't worry about it. Don't look into it. This is all silly anyway. It's all a weird video anyway. Anyway, that was the games we're covering today. Let's move on to part 2 of the video where we... Wait, what's that? Hold on. I'm getting a message here. Wait, what? The developers of Celeste announced and released a new game right now. And it's free! Yeah, so this was a big surprise. Haha! On the day I wrapped up recording footage for this video I'm making, Celeste 64 Fragments of the Mountain got announced and released. So thank you. I recorded my first playthrough, and I'm here to talk about it, put it on the list. Very last minute inclusion, but yeah, that's cool. This will be a much shorter segment than the other two. I just needed to quickly add this and all that. I'm gonna briefly cover this. So Madeline from Celeste is writing a book. You know, that's cool. She's all sorts of internal thoughts about it. A little bit of anxiety, maybe a little depression. And so it's time to return to Celeste Mountain so she can get a second opinion from her other self. Yeah. We also run into Granny and Theo, so it's good to see all these characters again, especially in this cute 3D art style. Lots of platforming, really tough platforming, lots of climbing, air dashes, real other tricks. All the staples from Celeste are here for the most part. Even the strawberries, you can collect all these little strawberries, and like these little platforming challenges for the strawberries, and there's little bonus levels for the strawberries, and you don't need them to beat the game. I don't know what the strawberries do, but they're just cool little strawberries to collect. I don't know if you get anything from getting them all. You might. Again, this looks so charming. This is an amazing game. I love this. Again, this was a really brief, quick segment. But you know, it's short. This game is short. It's really short, but very, very sweet. Like the strawberries! Platforming is tricky, very satisfying to do, and there's lots of hidden goodies. It's an amazing end of the month surprise. And what do you gotta lose? Just try it! Just play it! It's free! So, this just released, so I don't got the biggest full opinion on it yet. And I want to get this video out as soon as possible. But I'm gonna slot this at the bottom of the list for now. But this position might change once I'm a little more familiar with the game, once I've played it a bit more, done a little bit more exploring and all of that. Happy anniversary, Celeste. Thank you very much to the team, the dev team, for this amazing little experience. Alright, where was I? Oh yeah, part 2, the big list! Hey, so remember when I'd said I'd put the games on a big list? Well, this is the first month of that, so we kind of don't have a big list, we just have the January list. We don't really have a bigger list to add these to. So this is all we got for now, sorry about that. I promise this format will make more sense in the next episode. And no part 3 either, no, because again, this is the first episode! So, this all makes sense in the future when episode 2 comes out, and maybe even episode 3, maybe even more than that. Thank you very much for watching if you made it this far, thank you very much. I know this is a very different type of video for the channel, and, but seriously, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me because I'm trying a lot of new things recently, and it'd be nice to have them pay off even a little bit. If I missed a cool game, let me know so I can talk about it in a future episode. If I missed a cool game this month, just be like, yo, Yoshi Drone, you missed this cool indie game or this cool big game or this cool any game released in 2024. Tell me, I'll see what I can do to play it and maybe get it for the February or the March video. So I hope you had fun today. And remember, it's not the month that matters, but it's how you spend each day within it. Thank you, and good night.